Hey guys, it's Lindsay from thetoastedpinenut.com. Welcome back to my channel. With Easter, with Mother's Day, I thought making a strawberry coconut whip trifle would be a really beautiful and fun dessert. So that is what we're making today. We're gonna have a delicious vanilla cake that we're gonna cut up in cubes, layer it with a homemade coconut whipped cream, some fresh strawberries, and just keep layering it until we feel like it's a good amount of layers. So anyway, if you guys like truffles, if you're liking the sound of this strawberry coconut whipped cream trifle, hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, do all that good stuff. And I want you to leave me a comment down below because now that I have this beautiful glass trifle dish, I want to make more trifles. So leave me a comment below, tell me what trifle you want me to make next. I kind of want to make like a brownie, chocolate, double, triple chocolate situation. Let me know. So the first step in this is we are going to make our vanilla cake. I have two circular cake pans, so I'm gonna divide it into two and then cut it into cubes. So first step, let's whisk together all of our wet ingredients. So we're gonna start out with our ghee. If you wanna use butter or coconut oil, that would work too. So this is 1/2 cup of ghee going straight in the bowl. And now we're adding 1/2 cup of agave nectar. You could use honey or maple syrup or really whatever sticky sweetener you prefer. So we're putting this right in. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons of vanilla. This is a vanilla cake, we really want that vanilla flavor, so 2 teaspoons. And then we're gonna crack 4 eggs right into our bowl. Although, I don't know if you noticed, but those carrot cake bars that I made, there was an eggshell in it. Everyone on Instagram yelled at me and was like, what is going on with the eggshell? And I'm just like, calcium? So we're gonna use our handheld electric mixer, mix it on up. That looks good. All right, so now we're gonna add 2 cups of blanched almond flour into our bowl. You definitely wanna go for blanched almond flour over almond meal just because it has a nice pastry texture to it, nice buttery texture to it, and it's really fine. And I find almond meal has more of a granular, gritty, mealy almond meal. Okay. We're also gonna add 1/4 of a cup of coconut flour. I never use more than 1/4 of a cup of coconut flour in my recipes, but here it's gonna add a really nice flavor to it, a really nice vanilla coconutty flavor to it. So we're gonna add it in, so 1/4 a cup. Lastly, we have 1 teaspoon of sea salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda going right in. All right, so let's mix this up. Looks really good. This is a beautiful cake batter texture to it. I am living for it right now. All right, so the next step, I'm just gonna take some ghee and grease my cake pans. If you have a spray, like a coconut oil spray, that would totally work too. So we're just gonna go in, grease our pans, stuff the sides and across the bottom, and then we're just gonna divide this between the 2 pans. All right, and then just spread this across the bottom into an even layer. Oh, I really like it. All right, so while the cake is baking, we're gonna move on to our coconut whipped cream. The key to this is chilling your coconut cream the night before. I can't stress this enough. If you use it from just like your pantry at room temperature, it's gonna get weird, it's gonna separate, it's gonna be weird. So definitely chill it. So I am using unsweetened coconut cream. I'm gonna link to some down below. And we're just gonna open it up, scoop it out, put it right into our electric standing mixer. Also using an electric standing mixer helps out a lot over the handheld mixer. Just a tip, but you do. Let's start scooping. I usually just use the white stuff and discard the liquid. Man, stuff really chills. All right, let's shove this all down in there. Oy, oy, oy. And let's just lock it down, and we are gonna turn it up to whip it and get it nice and softened and start to look creamy. Let's plug it in first. All right, I'm just gonna take a break to scrape down the sides. Things are looking kind of cray in here. Ah! That's why this wasn't on properly. All right, let's start whipping again. All right, I'm just gonna turn this off for a second. We're gonna put in our sweetener, put in our vanilla bean powder, whip it again, and then donezo, guys, donezo. So I'm gonna do 3 tablespoons of agave nectar. You could do honey or maple syrup. And then I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of vanilla bean powder, which is about 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Putting that right in. All right, let's whip this again. Really good, so creamy, dreamy, and delicious. All right, we're gonna slice up the strawberries. So some of these smaller, cute ones, I'm just gonna slice in half like this. Keep the little stem on, it'll add some nice green to the top and make it really adorable. So we're just gonna slice a few cute ones to put on top, keeping the stem on. And then all the other ones, we are going to take the stem off. And then we're gonna slice them in like thirds. Depends how big they are. Slice them in half or slice them in thirds. All right, you guys, we have all of our components here. We have our beautifully baked cake, we have our coconut whipped cream, and we have our cut up strawberries. So I am going to start with, the cake, whip, strawberries. Cake, whip, strawberries, and then maybe we get a 3rd layer. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna cut up the cake. I think I'm just gonna cut it right in here and scoop it out. Cut it into squares, little chunks, chunkamunkas. First layer going in. So the key is you really want to do the outside really pretty. Make sure the cake is sticking out, and then on the inside you can kind of just throw them in. All right, I think that's a good layer. Cute. All right, now we're going to do our layer of coconut whip. Does it look cute? Is it starting to look cute? Not yet. Just gonna do these along the outside perimeter. Now, I am taking a lot of time with this. You don't have to. You can just throw them in layers and they're fine. Perfect. Let's do another layer of cake. All right, let's do another layer of whipped cream. Another strawberry perimeter. Using up the rest of the cake. I feel like as the time's going on, I'm getting less and less. Just a little more sloppy with it. All right, using up the last of the coconut whip. All right, you guys, I ran out of coconut whip, so I made some more. So I just did another can. I'm gonna put this on top to make it like nice and pretty. All right, I'm just gonna top it off with all of these cute strawberries with their little stems on. And I think it'll be a really beautiful touch. Ta-da! So I guess you just like spoon it out. I'm gonna put it onto a little plate and then take a bite. Oh my gosh, this cake is so moist. I'm so excited about this. Take a bite. The vanilla, the fluffy cake is insane. So good. I can't stop eating it. It's so refreshing, so fluffy. I love it. Really easy to whip together. It's one of those desserts that doesn't have to be perfect at all. You kind of just throw everything into this big glass vat. You can make it ahead, store it in your fridge, and just whip it out chilled when you guys are ready to dig in. All right, you guys, there you have a delicious vanilla coconut whip strawberry trifle. It is so good. It's fluffy, it's refreshing, it's springy, and I am obsessed. Make it for Easter, make it for Mother's Day. You guys are going to love it. I'm linking to the full recipe down below. It is on my blog. I hope you make it, I hope you love it, and if you do, let me know what you think. I would love to hear about your creations. The cake is so moist. The coconut whipped cream is just really fluffy and has a really delicious vanilla flavor to it. I love this recipe. If you like this recipe, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I am Lindsay from thetoastedpinenut.com. Come find me on Instagram at thetoastedpinenut, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.